Besides not agreeing with me on much, she's always favored my older sister. Till this day, she still tells me that she wishes I were just like her. She was miscarried. I can't live up to that. And it always seemed like she used to like to punish me for no reason just because she could. And it was always really unfair. I remember one time, she punished me just because she told me to take out the trash, but I wasn't strong enough to lift her up. And I was only a kid at the time. I didn't even know where I was supposed to take her. It's just really unfair. But I've actually been pretty jealous of my older sister for the longest time, just because she doesn't have to deal with life at all. And I just think that's really unfair. I hate it when I hear anti-abortionists complain about people depriving fetuses of their right to life as if life is some sort of prize. Had I known what awaited me outside of the ball sack I used to call home, I would have never won that race. Life is hard, and people are constantly dying to get out of it, especially young people. Plenty of young people have a really tough time with life. Like, did you know that 1 in 3 teenagers self-harm? 1 in 3, that's a really high number. And I just made it up, but it sounds about right to me. I actually used to self-harm, and I still do. And I know that doesn't sound too good, but it's not nearly as bad as it used to be. I don't do it nearly as much now. Back in the day, it was more of an obligation and an everyday thing. But nowadays, I only subject myself to visiting family maybe like once or twice a year. So it's not that bad anymore. But I was raised a Christian, and I was never a really good one, even when I used to try to be. But I blame my family in part for that, because they were the ones that taught me a lot about the Bible, but they really confused me about a lot of its lessons. Like, they taught me that we had to always obey every Bible verse, especially the one that says to do unto others as you would have them do to you. But then they would always get really upset whenever I tried to beat them with household objects. So it was just really confusing. I didn't know what God wanted me to do. But the idea that God is always watching you also used to really creep me out. One bearded old guy watching me masturbate is too many. And to know that God is also watching, that just makes way too much of an audience for that.
spaceship, travel farther, faster, new places. Through the dark and the speed of light, through the stars we search of the world so bright. We're our own empire, a new world and all that we desire. This journey begins with you, my friend, and we'll start again for the better.
Television. we got Tim.